back to my channel. My name is Riggie. So today is February 6th, 2025. Ford Motor Company just had their earnings call for 2024 and they have a lot to say, and they had also a lot of warnings to give out about the possible impacts of Trump's tariffs on the auto industry. As you guys know, Ford is one of the biggest car companies here in America. So Jim Farley today during the earnings call was really letting it be known that he thinks that if these tariff showdowns continue, it is going to have long-term devastating effects on the auto industry here in America. Quite simply put, the American auto industry cannot afford to be able to pay these tariffs and still be competitive. Ford has a good number of plants in Mexico as well as Canada, and they also import a lot of their parts from China. So when they make their cars, these costs are going to add up. So imagine every little piece of things that you're buying, every little piece of parts that you're importing now have an added 10 to 25% cost onto them. Obviously, they're going to pass those costs back to the customer, and now Ford cars are going to be more expensive. However, as we all know, Ford cars are not the only cars on the market. They're not even the best cars on the market. You still have Honda, you still have Toyota, and other international companies that compete with Ford in their home markets here in the United States. However, those companies are not subject to those tariffs. So their costs are going to be lower than what Ford is paying to create their cars here in the US. So Honda and Toyota and Japanese cars, they actually benefit from Japan's free trade agreement with the United States. So when they import cars here in the United States, they're only paying about 2 to 3% tariffs, versus now Ford is going to have tariffs increased based on manufacturing and different places that they have cars manufactured. They have plants in Mexico that they're trying to bring into the US, but these things take time. Trump is slapping these tariffs together as soon as he comes in, and he's not giving American companies time to adjust their logistics. So this is going to be obviously devastating for American car companies because they already don't have the competitive advantage when it comes to things like electric vehicles, because as we know, the Chinese companies are dominating the market right now, and Ford is obviously putting a lot of research and development into, studying EVs and learning how to make their cars better. Now they're being squeezed by tariffs. So it's two things that they have going for them that is really not working in their favor. So number one, they're not doing good enough with EVs, that they're losing a lot of market share to Tesla and also other car companies that are doing better than them. And now the tariffs are basically about to squeeze the life out of them. So Ford is estimating that if these tariffs continue and they prolong, that American car companies like GM, Buick, they are going to lose billions of dollars, billions with the B. And it's not only going to impact the companies, you also have to think of the people that work for Ford domestically. You have to think of Ford dealerships. How many Ford dealerships do we have in America? How many people here in America work in one way or another in an industry that Ford supports? That not just Ford, but GM, Buick, all the big car companies support. So you really have to think of that. And in a way, Donald Trump is inadvertently creating a competitive advantage for Ford's competitors like Hyundai, Toyota, and Nissan, because now their costs are going to be lower. So instead of actually helping car manufacturers here in the US, he might actually be hurting them significantly. So Ford is really in a tough spot here, and I really hope that in the future we're able to see them rise above it, or we're able to see Trump take a different direction with his tariffs plan. But right now, Trump just has Jim Farley basically begging and pleading for him to reconsider these tariffs, because these tariffs will have devastating impacts on his company and for Americans that are reliant on the auto industry. This situation is really kind of concerning because Ford is the largest employer of UWA workers, and they have a significant amount of Americans that work for Ford stateside. So this is going to be really devastating to Americans as a whole if anything happens to Ford, and if the company is no longer profitable and they're going to have to file for either bankruptcy or, you know, have to sell. So let me know what you guys think about this topic. My name is Riggie once again. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.